Let's talk about the latest developments of Pi network with Binance right now. So Binance have been moving back and forth considering if they should be involved in Pi network project. But then there have been so many disappointments from a lot of us that they've not listed Pi network yet. But now there have also been some things that we should look at considering the Pi network Binance relationship. But before we do that, let's just take a good look at the price action of Pi network right now and how this will affect Binance getting to list this project very soon, which is going to contribute positively and massively to Pi network. Apart from Binance, there are also going to be other major exchanges that will consider listing Pi network, like Coinbase, right? Now let's take a look at the price action and the tokenomics. Now looking at my screen right now, you're going to see that in crypto bubbles, the Pi network is currently up 38% in the last week. And when you check at the daily charts also, you're going to see that Pi network is 1% up. Even if the other cryptocurrencies have been showing red, Pi network is slightly up in the past 24 hours, which means Pi network has been gaining some crazy momentum, right? Now, when you come to CoinMarketCap now to inspect the price of Pi, you're going to see that Pi network is currently sitting at 75 cents, which means it has broken the first resistance around the 60 cents mark, right? Currently on its way to the $1 mark, regaining its momentum even after the over 80% fall it had in the past weeks. Pi network is going back to reclaiming that its position. It is currently sitting at the 24th position right now, but as we speak, Pi network is bullish. It is bullish. The chart is looking bullish. Everything about this project right now, when you check out the daily chart, you're going to see that this is looking really bullish, right? It's looking bullish. It has dropped to about 70 cents, which is like the support, and it bounced back. Now it's currently sitting at 75 cents on its way to $1 mark. And I believe that Pi network is going to touch $2 in the coming days, right? Now, also, you're going to see that when you go to the market right now, you're going to see this, most of the top exchanges are still holding on to Pi network right now. OKX, BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io, LBank, XT are all holding on to Pi network coins right now. Now, the main reason why we are doing this video is, what do I think about the relationship of Binance and Pi network right now? Now, let's take a look at this article. Right now on Binance Square. Why hasn't Pi network been listed on Binance? Now, Pi network still has barriers related to its current development stage, liquidity and legal risk. Why hasn't Binance listed Pi? Now, as of now, Pi network is still absent from the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, Binance. Listing on the exchange could significantly boost the value of Pi, which is what I just said right now, a few seconds ago or a few minutes ago, bring more credibility and increase market access. However, Binance has not provided any feedback yet. We don't know why. All the criteria has been met, right? But then Binance is not providing any feedback yet. Based on industry factor and trends, Mr. Guyeng Hamintong, an investment expert, has analyzed the reason why Binance has not yet listed Pi network. Now, accordingly, Pi network launched its mainnet by the end of 2024, but it remains in an enclosed state or only partially open. This means that Pi transactions are still limited within the internal ecosystem with no real liquidity on the open market. Binance usually requires projects to have fully operational, public and verifiable blockchain to ensure transparency and stability when trading. Given Pi current status, major exchanges like Binance find it difficult to accurately assess the level of decentralization or technical risk, causing them to delay the listing. So what this old English is trying to explain is that the reason why Binance is still holding back on Pi network is because they are still in their enclosed phase, right? Pi network and Binance has not been able to figure out exactly what Pi is about, and there's no real liquidity. Binance is still skeptical. They need more proof, which I'm sure they're going to get very soon. The price is still holding strong. Even after that massive fall, they are going back up. If the project is as bad as you said it was, or it is, do you really think that it would have been able to survive that dip so far? I don't think so. So it's recovering, which means there's something holding strong. There's something holding on to the project, right? Now, reading further, they said the tokenomics of Pi network is a controversial point. The total supply of Pi is reported to be 100 billion token, but the actual circulating amount currently is about 6.8 billion according to some sources. It's unclear. The Pi Core team once reduced the supply by removing 10 million coins without specific explanation. Well, you don't understand. The reason why they removed it was because they reversed some Pi coins back to some people's wallet. They wanted them to authenticate their account before they can get their Pi coins. That's the reason why it was removed, right? Now, raising suspicions about the possibility of price manipulation, Binance, with its strict vetting process, need clear data on lock, burn, and token distribution mechanisms. The ambiguity makes them hesitant, as listing a coin lacking transparency could lead to strong price volatility or accusations of the exchange harboring an untrustworthy project. Now, the legal factor is a major obstacle. Binance is under significant legal pressure in many countries, especially in the US, with allegations of money laundering and financial regulations violation. Now, what this is basically saying is that Binance is just trying to be very careful, that as they don't want to get affected by any project, because they are currently facing some hard times with the US government, and they are being very careful as not to be part of any scam or any discrepancy, right? I understand that, but so far so good. Do you really think that Pi Network is a money laundering scheme? So one thing that I think is that Binance will still end up listing Pi. So we shouldn't really bother ourselves about Binance listing Pi Network or not. It's only a matter of time. Time will be the judge of this entire thing. By the time they see that this project is standing the test of time, everyone will be forced to tilt towards the project. That is just the way it works. So we should bother less about Binance listing Pi Network coins. It is none of our business. Let's just focus on the project and make money out of this project. So do not keep bothering yourself about whether Binance will be listing Pi Network coins or not, because that is not something you should really be interested in right now. But then I'm not saying that it's not a good thing for Binance to list Pi Network coin, of course, because that's going to affect the coin positively, right? But then now that Binance is not doing that, we shouldn't really bother ourselves, because we don't have control over that right now. So we should look at the bigger picture, focus on the coin, because the coin is recovering right now with a serious, when looking at the technical analysis, this is looking really, really good right now. And then we're still going to make more money out of Pi. All you just need to do is to hold on a little bit, wait for that $1.5 to $2 mark, and then make some more profit from Pi coins, right? So guys, so far, if you like this content that you are getting from me, kindly help me smash that like button, and also subscribe to my channel to get more updates like the one you are just seeing right now. There are some very unrealistic things that you must have been hearing about Pi hitting $3,000, $300. That is not true. But then I'm seeing, in the long run, I'm seeing a potential $10 to $20 with Pi Network, and it's going to happen. And also be advised that everything I'm saying here is just for educational purpose only, as it is not a financial advice to invest your money in anything that you see here. It is just what I think will work out. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, because nobody really knows what is up in the crypto space. Now you can see, now when you go to crypto bubbles, you're going to see OM, that we all know to be a very massive and gigantic project, still went down as high as 87%. So we can't really say too much about cryptocurrency, but then let's just keep an open mind and expect something massive out of the project. So guys, that will be the end of today's video. I'm going to see you in the next one, but until then, bye for now.